Okay.
Hey guys, sorry about that. We had an internet connection problem. First time that's ever happened, actually. Weird, but we're just going to continue. Liverpool versus Chelsea now. Liverpool 2.63, Chelsea 3, draw 3.3. Continuing on with our rundown, week 23. I'm quite surprised actually to see Liverpool as the favourites in this match, even though they're playing at Anfield. 3 back-to-back losses. I just think it's going to be a tough game against Chelsea. Alex, going to start with you. What do you like in this match?
I don't think that Chelsea will lose this match. So either you can go with Chelsea to double chance, but I don't think that the value stands there. I think that my favorite play in this one is Chelsea with draw no bet 2.15. Liverpool absolute disaster. Of course, Sadio Mane came back from the African Cup of Nations, and 99% he will play. And it's important for Liverpool that he will start the match versus Chelsea. But I don't think that Chelsea will lose the match. They might lose points, but I am confident that they will do a good result. So my tip, Chelsea with draw no bet 2.15.
Yeah, not a bad way to play it, to be honest. What are you going for, Nigel?
I think this is very, very tricky. I mean, Liverpool have let all the punters down in recent weeks, but they've let them all the time down when they've been odds-on favourites. And their record against the top teams in the Premier League is better than anybody else in the Premier League. They always beat the big sides, and they always get beat by the little sides. For Chelsea as well, because they know they haven't got a great record against Liverpool in recent years, and they made a come here not to get beat. And I think Conte will go very negative. I think he'll go to defensively. And I think, for me, here the best bet is to go against goals. I think it'll be really, really tight. I think Liverpool games recently have just had a massive change around. They've been massively over goals at the start of the season. Now they're massively under goals. And I think both teams not to score here at 2.25 is a big price. I also think under 2.5 goals is a big price. I wouldn't rule Liverpool out entirely because it's what Liverpool football team do. They beat the big sides and then they get beat at home by Swansea and the types of Wolves in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So I'm not so sure that Chelsea actually need to go and win it. They want to go and win it, but a draw is a good result. And I think they go negative. And I think here going against goals is the way to money. So for me, both teams not to score.
Both teams not to score. I'm actually with you, Nige, but I'm going to take the under 2.5 goals, 1.8.
Sorry, Natalie. I think that these two matches that Chelsea will play with Liverpool and with Arsenal in 2 rounds in a row, I think that they will be deciders for the title. I think that if they can win 4 points from these 2 matches, they will win for sure the title. And the first one, they are going with great morale. They have a really big confidence. So I think that they will get something from this match with Liverpool.
Yeah. They've still
Hopefully
got a comfortable lead, though, don't they? Go on, Nige.
I said hopefully it'll be a 0-0 draw. I don't think they have to go to win the game. You know, Alex is summed up. They get 4 points, they win the title. I think if they get 2 points, they're banging it. I think if they get 3 points, they still could win the title. I don't think they have to go and win. This is all about Liverpool having to win this game. And I think Chelsea go to negative. And Liverpool got no confidence. So for me, I just think this is going to be a very, very, very cagey night, very cagey game. Liverpool-Chelsea games are always quite cagey. They're always high intensity. Liverpool fans don't get on with Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans don't like Liverpool. And I think this is going to be very, very close.
All right. There you go. So next match now, moving on, Manchester United versus Hull. Man United 1.2. Actually, sorry, no, we're not doing that one. We are doing Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace. Bournemouth 2.1, draw 3.5, Crystal Palace 3.9. We do all of Tuesday's matches. Then we move on to Wednesdays. The reverse, obviously, 1-1 draw. I think this match has draw written over it, although I'm tempted on the Bournemouth win. I'm actually just going to play it safe and play both teams to score 1.75. Nigel, what do you like?
Well, I'm on the goals theme as you, but I'm going for both teams to score 1.91. Sorry, over 2.5 goals, 1.91, rather than both teams to score. 10 of the last 11 matches, Bournemouth teams, over 2.5 goals has been a winner. 4 of the last 6 in Crystal Palace games, both teams, over 2.5 goals has been a winner. Both of them cannot defend. Both of them have got good strikers in Callum Wilson and Benteke if he wants to turn up. They're both in the middle of terrible form. I think the Bournemouth are in their worst run this season under Eddie Howe. Sam Allardyce hasn't won a game for Crystal Palace in charge since he's gone to Selhurst Park. But both of them can't defend, and that's why they're struggling at the foot of the table. This is all about goals for me. Jamie's not here, but goals, goals, goals.
Hey, listen, Nigel, make sure you've got your hand away from the microphone because I can't hear you so well. I think you're like obstructing something.
Well, that's the other hand, but okay, no problem.
I don't know. Like, okay, all right. What are you going for, Alex?
I don't know. I think that Nigel and me are thinking the same this round. I'm over 2.5 goals. We spoke early. I think that I spoke with you, Natalie, this match one by one, and my opinion, over 2.5 goals. Crystal Palace has to get something from this match. They are on the relegation zone right now. It's true that Bournemouth is struggling in the last period of time. They are not in danger at all. I don't think that they will be really stressed that they will drop in Championship at the end of the season. I think that they will stay in Premier League also for the next season. Over 2.5 goals, 1.95.
All right, interesting. Both you and Nigel agreeing there over 2.5 goals. I like my both teams to score bet just in case that 1-1 draw. Okay, Burnley versus Leicester. Leicester 2.6, Burnley 3, draw 3.3. Again, so surprised. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, Nigel, because I think it's going to be exactly the same as mine. Cannot believe that Leicester are the favourites here. You know, they're on the road, for goodness sakes. They have yet to pick up a single win. Burnley, and actually I got this fact from Alex today, Burnley, if it's just on their home wins, would be 4th in the table right now. Crazy to think that. They're down in 13th. Burnley straight up win for me. And I'm actually going to split my stake to get more out of it. I'm going to play the Burnley win and I'm playing Burnley -1. Burnley -1, 5.6. So if they only win by 1 goal, I get my money back, but I win on the Burnley win. I'm going to play it like that. Nigel, go on. Take it away.
We've been on the Burnley gravy train for the last 6 to 8 weeks here on the show every single week. The only person who hasn't got onto the train, he's been drinking the gravy, is JJ. The thing is here, I think Burnley are just always underrated. And the reason why the stats is they don't have many shots on target. They're the lowest shots on target. But I tell you, have you ever been to Burnley? Have you ever been to Burnley, Nat?
No. Should I?
No, stay where you are. Stay exactly where you don't go to Burnley. And that's why a lot of people don't like going there. It's not a very nice place to go to. And it's certainly not a nice place to go to in January. It's -6 in June. I think that Burnley are always underrated. Always. Leicester are always overrated. We always said about Leicester this season, we can't get them right. And I think this is a big price. You got to remember the Champions League starts again in a couple of weeks where Leicester are involved in that. Leicester are involved with a massive FA Cup replay against local rivals Derby, and Burnley just going about their business. Burnley all day long to win this game. I think they're 3.1. What a fantastic price. Keep getting it. While the bookies keep offering it, keep taking it. Yeah.
Are you still holding your phone funny, Nigel?
No.
You've got to hold it like this. Look, you've got to hold it like that and not like that.
You've told me how to do you've told me how to do things on this show, which I've always
on a daily basis.
I take your advice on things, and some of the things you said to me, how to send the emails and how to copy and paste and how to use Google Hangout, and I'm very grateful for them. The fact you're teaching me now how to hold a mobile phone is actually I find it quite rude.
I feel like I'm a grandma trying to hear what you're saying. All right. You assure me you're holding the phone okay.
Okay.
Maybe it's just my hearing.
I think I'll be all right. I've had one for 20 years. I've never had any problems.
All right. Alex, go on.
Okay.
Are you on the Burnley train?
Yeah, I am, but I'm on a safer bet. Burnley draw no bets, 2.09. You double your money with it. So in case if Leicester, the surprise of last season, I don't think that this season Leicester are a surprise for anyone because everybody plays Leicester very good. I think that they lost a few players at the beginning of the season. Really important ones that they were keeping the team in the last season. So if they might do a surprise and go with 1 point from Burnley, we will take our stake back. Burnley with draw no bet 2.09.
Yeah, listen, it's a good way to play it, but I would be surprised with the draw. I tell you the other thing, we've got a few people asking about both teams to score. If it had to be one or the other, I would actually go no. Leicester have only scored 8 on the road, whilst Burnley at home have only let in 11. I think that that's a real gamble, so to speak, to bet on Leicester scoring. Would anybody play the both teams to score bet?
I wouldn't. I'd rather go Burnley to win to 0 than take the Leicester both teams to score. I think Burnley are so solid defensively at home. Alex has said they'll be fourth in the Premier League table. Their home form. They don't let any goals, and I don't think Leicester really care about the Premier League one bit. It's all about Champions League, and I'd rather take Burnley to win to 0 than both teams to score.
Yeah. I think Nigel wants a cup of tea.
Who said this?
Why would you say that? Why, Stu? Why does Nigel want a cup of tea?
Because
Because
he was
English.
talking when
I
you
got
were
my
talking.
cup of tea, but
When you were talking earlier, I think that he asked from his wife something.
Oh.
No. I was telling her I was going to take my boy to get something to eat, but after we've done this, so that's fine.
All right.
Someone is asking about Arsenal -2. We filmed that earlier before interrupting this filming due to technical problems. Yeah, we said Arsenal -1.5. All we agreed. If you want to risk a little bit, yeah, Arsenal -2 for sure.
Yeah. Okay, next match we have got is Middlesbrough versus West Brom. Middlesbrough 2.7, draw 3.1, West Brom 3.1. All those odds with Pinnacle because we're powered by Pinnacle. Hey, Nigel, you need to get your T-shirt on at one point.
Oh yeah, I have to get it out of the dogs. But where I don't know, I think the dogs ran off of it. I have to get it back in the garden.
Better not. Look good on you. I like my Pinnacle shirt. I just can't wear it every day. But
It looks a lot
I
better
think
on you, Nat.
it would bring out the colour of your eyes, Nigel.
It looks a lot better on you than it does on me.
All right. Listen, so the reverse saw a 0-0 draw. I actually think it's going to be very similar. I think it's going to be a low score. I don't think 4 draw, but I think it's going to be a low score draw. I'm going to really stick my neck out on this one and maybe advise people don't follow me because I feel really, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go for the draw and the under 2.5 goals. 3.4. The under on its own is low, 1.5. I could just go for the draw, but I'm just not expecting the over on the goals. So I'm just going to go draw in the under 2.5 goals, 3.4. Nigel, say you agree with me so I can feel more confident.
I agree with you on the under 2.5 goals. The draw is always a risky bet. I mean, I like taking draws. I mean, I like taking draws when you've got two teams very evenly matched. But I think that Middlesbrough are in shocking form. I think Middlesbrough are a team in crisis. I think the manager's one of the big favourites to lose his job. Apparently, he's fallen out with the fans. He's fallen out with the players. He said a few disrespectful comments to the fans in recent games, and I think it's going to be a very hostile atmosphere for him. I think they're going to turn on him, and they don't score any goals. And West Brom, I think, as we said so many times in the weeks in the Premier League, they're very underrated. They're 7th or 8th in the Premier League, and a comfortable 7th or 8th in the Premier League, and yet you can get 3.1 to this with Pinnacle. I think that's a big price. I'm going West Brom to win. I think West Brom win this game. I think Middlesbrough don't have any goals in them. West Brom do. And I fancy Tony Pugh's side defensively very, very strong to go up there and get all 3 points.
Yeah, not a bad bet. Alex, what are you going for?
First of all, you have to answer who is your stylist, your hairstylist.
Me? Mine? Mine?
Who Nigel's hairstylist? Who's your hairstylist, Nigel?
It's my gardener. It's my gardener.
Who does your hair?
It's my gardener. Vidal Sassoon.
Do you know who does my hair? My mum cuts my hair. She lives down the road, and that's her living is she reroutes antique dolls, and she cuts their hair and stuff. So anyway, she always knows how to do it. So she just does my hair. That's who does my hair. It's like a secret there. It's just like let out. All right, Alex, what are you going for?
With the West Brom draw no bet 2.12, exactly how Nigel specified, Middlesbrough are disastrous lately. I think they have 3 losses in 2 draws in the last 5 matches. But what is a surprise that I saw before filming is Middlesbrough and Manchester United are the 2 teams with the most draws this season, 8 of them. So your bet might be a winner, but I'm sticking with West Brom that they will do a good. They have three from the last four matches wins, and okay, they didn't lost. They didn't won to big teams. They won. They won with Sunderland, with Hull City, with Southampton. But I think that it's important for them to stay in a good shape and to continue make good results. So West Brom draw no bets 2.12.
Yeah, that's not a bad way actually to play it, Alex, at all. Sunderland versus Tottenham. Quite surprised to see Tottenham 1.4. Not bad at all. Draw 5.25, Sunderland 10. The reversal 1-0 at White Hart Lane, but obviously it's Tottenham's road form that's really letting them down this season. 4, but Sunderland down in 20th, fighting relegation. 3 wins, 2 draws, and 6 losses. Obviously, looking at a Tottenham win, definitely would stick that in an accumulator. Alex, what do you like in this match?
I have two approaches for this match. I think that Tottenham will destroy Sunderland, if you ask me. Minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap, 2.13, or you can play it halftime, full time at 2.1. But top tip remains that one, minus 1.5, because it might be a surprise at halftime with more goals in the second time from Tottenham. 2.13, really big odd from my point of view.
All right, Nigel, what are you going for?
I think Alex has been spying on my emails this week. I think Donald Trump said there's a lot of people spying on emails at the White House. I think Alex has been spying on my emails at home. I'm going for exactly the same, minus 1.5 goals. Tottenham are just scoring goals for fun. Defensively, they're one of the strongest in the Premier League. They've scored at least 2 goals in their last 9 games. Sunderland absolutely decimated by injuries. I think they've got 11 first-team players out. David Moyes might have to put himself in the team to get on the bench. They couldn't field a bench in the last couple of weeks. Tottenham will win this easy by at least 2, maybe 3 goals. Tottenham minus 1.5. And Alex, the spy, has been watching me. I know what he's been doing. I've got his number.
I will write you my number. I will write you my number because I think that we get together better than you with the JJ.
Mate, it's nice to have someone on here who talks a bit of sense. Rather than someone who talks a load of old rubbish. Lovely.
Yeah, because you seem a bit different this week, Nigel.
I'm happy. Yeah, much happy.
Yeah, do you know what, guys? I'm on the same side as you. I'm going to play like slightly more cautious. I'm going to play Tottenham and the over 1.5 goals. Maybe looking at a 2 or a 3-0 win. Obviously, your bet comes in with that one, 1.65. You can also, as well, for the more cautious, just Tottenham minus 1, 1.61 in case of a 2-1 finish there. Obviously, you get your money back or an accumulator, but obviously both on a comfortable Tottenham win here. Right, Swansea versus Southampton. Southampton 2.4, draw 3.4, Swansea 3.4. Now, Saints obviously came from a hammering against Arsenal over the weekend, 5-0. They couldn't even put a goal in. But for this match, I actually really like both teams to score again, 1.87. You get that with 10 bet. Most bookies are offering about 1.8, so shop around for the odds there. With Swansea fighting relegation at home, I think they're in 17th place. This is a must-win for them on their turf. I think they'll definitely get a goal in. Saints 9 on the road. I think they'll do it. Both teams to score is my bet. Nigel.
I'd like both teams to score. I think Swansea can't defend. The trouble is with Southampton is that without Charlie Austin in the side, I don't think they've got many goals in them. There is always one team in the Premier League that this time of the season has enough points to stay up, and then basically just sort of fall away at the second half of the season. And I think Southampton could be that side. They've got nothing to play for in the Premier League. They know they're going to be in mid-table. They're in a cup final against Manchester United, which is where all their priorities is going to be. None of the players want to get injured. They want to play in that cup final. And I think they're a team now to oppose in the next few months. So they're not going down. And I've seen teams get enough points and safety and then just fall away. And I think Southampton could be that side. And I think getting against Southampton over the next few weeks of the Premier League could be a way to make money. And I think we start here. Swansea need the points. A new manager's come in. He worked with his team last week. There's no FA Cup distractions. He worked with them. They're on the back of a massive win against Liverpool. And I think 3.4 Swansea is a big, big price. big price. And I think Southampton are a team to oppose at all costs. I'm going with Swansea just to win this at 3.4.
Nice. What about you, Alex? So he's going for the upset there. What are you going for?
I'm not touching the winners market. I think that playing against a team that has big issues, being almost in the danger zone, 2 points above the relegation area, Swansea, I think that they will enter very determined to take the 3 points. Exactly as Nigel said 3 lost matches from the last 5 Premier League encounters. Southampton, I thought that they are better than that, but watching them perform, okay, they qualified in the cup further. I think that they will fight with big chances to take the trophy. I'm not touching again. I'm saying the winners market, both teams to score for me on the same page with you, 1.87.
Nice. All right. So both teams to scores and the upset, Swansea win. Do you know what, Nigel? I think I'm agreeing with you there. Interesting stuff. Okay, we are now moving to Wednesday's matches. One that everyone's been talking about, Manchester United versus Hull. Very low, though, for Manchester United. 1.2, draw 8, Hull 20. I don't think Manchester United have really had the best start of this season. A little bit sort of let down. Obviously, they do come from that 4-0 FA Cup Wigan win, but it's a match that they really should have won. But hopefully that will sort of fill them with confidence to sort of continue now on a winning run. The question is will it be a clear run, or are things going to be quite tight? And I'm siding with the latter. Nigel.
Yeah, I think this is. I think Man United will win the game. They're the better side. They've got the quality, and they will win the game. But I've been really impressed with Hull since they got in Marco Silva. I think he's worked very well with the defence. I think they look a very, very different side, well organised. And I think they're going to be hard to break down, Hull. I think they go there with a game plan. They've played them twice already in the last couple of weeks in the Football League Cup. They lost 2-0 at Old Trafford. They were 0-0 at half-time. And they beat them 2-1 last Thursday night. So they've got nothing to fear about this game. I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park for Man United. I do think they will win. But I think the 2.5, which is available in most firms, on under 2.5 goals here is a massive price. Under 2.5 goals, 2.5.
Under 2.5 goals, because right now as well, a lot of bookies, in some of the matches, they're actually offering the under 3 goals, which is 2.03. So if you do see that third goal, you get your money back. It's a bit of a sort of a guarantee there. Yeah, I think it's going to be tight. My bet is actually the under 3 goals. That's what I'm playing at 2.03. I was kind of looking at being a bit cheeky and playing Hull plus 2.5, 1.64, but the odds were better for me to play the under 3 goals. But that's what I was looking at. Alex, what do you like?
I don't think that I read correct the email of Nigel in this one for this match. I will have the approach of Bernardo when Hull played with Chelsea, if you remember that. Okay, in front of Chelsea, they didn't manage to score, but I think that in front of Manchester United, they will score. So my bet for this match, and might have a lot of people swearing at me right now, Hull City to score, both teams to score in the match, 2.5.
What the?
Well,
wow.
1-1.
I would probably play that, to be honest. Nigel, what do you think? Both teams to score?
Well, I hope he's right, and I hope I'm right. I hope it's 1-1, and we all get the money.
Oh, yeah. I hope we're all right. That's good.
And then
but we are talking about. We're talking about Natalie's team right here.
Well,
Manchester United.
So we're all right. Let's hope we get the money, and then what we'll do is we'll send it to that prison that Alex in and get him out on bail with that top he's got on.
A lot of people as well think it's going to be close. We've got half-time under 1 goal Asian, Hull plus 2.5, hoops 596. That was one of the bets I was looking at. He was also going for Hull plus 1.5 as well. I think it's going to be really close. Hull plus 2 and the under 3. I think it seems we're on the same page. And then there's also a bet that I really like from Itrat Yahan, Manchester United and the under 3.5 goals. Combine it. I think I missed that one actually. I think I'm going to take that one as well. You guys on the Man United?
We're all going the same way. We're all going the same way. We're all thinking unders, apart from Alex. He thinks Hull will score. But yeah, I think this is going to be very, very tight. Man United will win it though, but 1-0, 2-0 for me.
Yeah, there we go. All right, next match. Where are we now? I'm losing all my Manchester United. Here we go. West Ham versus Manchester City. Man City 1.6, draw 4.5, West Ham 6. I really like the Manchester City win, 1.6. They are slightly stronger than West Ham are on the road. West Ham are in 10th, Manchester City in 6th. It's a must win for the citizens, and I think that they've got enough there to push them through. Obviously, they've won both of their last head-to-heads. The last one being 5-0. The reverse was 3-1. I think Man City can do this. And I think the odds of 6 are really good. Is this a dangling carrot tempting us to our downfall fate, or should we take it, Nigel?
I think Man City will win. I think Man City need to win more than West Ham. West Ham obviously now with no Dimitri Payet. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, really. I mean, if you've got a player in your team who doesn't want to be there, I think it's good for morale that he's gone. However much talent he is. It's all about goals for me here. I mean, if you look at the games between these two sides, I mean, there's been 36 goals scored in the last 10 meetings between these two sides. So they average 3.6 whenever these two sides take the pitch. They played twice already this season. 9 goals have been scored. Over 2.5 goals is 1.57. Very, very short. I think that will come in. But I'm going for over 3.5 goals, which is 2.5. I think there's goals again in this one.
Wow.
Man City will win it, but I think I think Man City now will start. You'll see Man City going massively for it now. They've got nothing to lose. Throw the shackles off and really have a go at it. And I think there'll be you'll see entertaining football in Man City. They've got nothing to lose. They've got to do something. They've got to go after Chelsea, and it will be all guns blazing. And I think goals are the way forward here.
All right, goals it is. Alex?
I'm going with an easier approach, let's say. But I don't expect full house of goals. I don't see 4 or 5, but at least 2 from Manchester City. 2 goals difference, I mean. So City with -1 on the Asian handicap, 1.95. I think that City, it's a must win for City. Even though Pep Guardiola needs some good transfers this January, he was in France seeing the match between PSG and Monaco. I think that he can find something good, at least from Monaco, if not from PSG. But till that time, City to win with -1, 1.95 is a really good bet.
Yeah, nice. I think I'm splitting my stake. Man City win and Man City -1. Someone's asking, where is JJ? JJ is traveling right now. He should be with us on Thursday. And then Badran and Friends is asking Nigel, what about both teams to score? I'm guessing in this match, West Ham versus Man City, both teams to score.
I wouldn't put you off that, but I just think there's much more potential from Man City. So I'm going to go for the over 3.5. I mean, Man City could run away with it. Yeah, they could score 3 or 4 on their own. So I looked at that both teams to score market, but I thought over 3.5 was the better bet.
Yeah. I'm just asking, so Hoops 590 is asking, so if Man City win 2-1, you get your money back on the -1. Yes, they've got to win by 2 goals. So if they just win by 1, you get your money back. It's kind of like a safer option of playing the -1.5, but obviously with lesser odds. The same like if you play like 2, it's the same as playing 2.5. So yeah, that's sort of the way. That's the way it goes.
I think that we should do a video to explain how this Asian handicap works. A lot of people are asking.
It's on my never-ending list, I swear. Okay, I know I will do. There's a lot of people that's asking about this, and I think, to be honest with you, I would say that most of the value is actually in the Asian handicap market. I think that's
Absolutely.
one of the best areas to bet on for sure.
And one of the best cappers on the Asian handicap is our colleague Bernardo.
Yeah. So yeah, we should get him in, and we'll all talk Asian handicap. Okay, final match: Stoke versus Everton. Everton 2.7, Stoke 2.9, and the draw 3.4. If JJ was here, his bet would be Everton, as it has been all season long. Must win for Everton in 7th place. Stoke are in 9th. I'm actually going to go for the under 2.5 goals in this one, 1.8. You know, we've said it before. Stoke is a really hard place to visit. They held Manchester United to a 1-1 draw. I think it's going to be a tight match with few goals. Under 2.5 goals, 1.8. What do you think, Nigel?
Well, this is the one game that I really wouldn't have a strong view on. I mean, I've got a lean in the game, but I haven't really got a very, very strong pick. I think both teams are very overrated. I think both sides are very inconsistent. You say Stoke is a tough place to go. They've only won once in their last 5 Premier League games. Everton win against Man City 4-0, lose the next week. Too erratic for me. And I think when it's 2.7, 2.9, and you've even said it there, it's a very tough one to call. You get 3.4 the draw. Of all the games this weekend, I look at this game, this could be a draw. 2 teams with nothing to play for. Play a little game out of football, get a draw, point each. Everyone's happy. Go home, job done. And at the prices, I think the biggest price of all 3 outcomes is probably the most likely. So a very small lean towards a draw, but no real bet of any conviction at all in this game.
Okay, so this is officially a pass for you, is it, Nigel?
A pass for me, but if I was looking at it, a very slight, small play on the draw if I was pushed.
Yeah, some people as well are saying here either sort of like a draw no bet Everton or Everton and the draw double chance. I definitely think that is the way to go.
I think if we ask 50 people in the street who win this game, 25 will say Everton, 25 will say Stoke, which means the draw's the bet.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Alex, what do you like?
I think that if we had Stu next to us, but we have him on the chat, he will say that the value stands on with Stoke. From my point of view, the winners market is untouchable, so I will not play the winners market. But I think that for the nice of the Premier League, for the good show and everything, even if you guys are saying that it will be a draw, at least to be draw with goals. Both teams to score 1.8.
All right. But if it's a 1-1 draw, then we all win.
Absolutely.
That'll be lovely.
And Stuart here from Tipster HQ is saying it's quite easy until you get into the quarters, 1.25, 1.75. Yes, it is, Stuart. You just signed up for the video on that one. You can explain to everybody how that one works. I'll do the -1, -1.52. You can do the quarters. Good choice there. All right. That rounds it off, guys. Best of luck with your tips. Alex, thank you for stepping in for JJ. It was a great pleasure, as always, to have you on the show. And Nigel, I'll see you again on Thursday. Best of luck with your tips, guys.
Yeah, please.
Thank
you please
thank
get
you for
Alex
the invitation.
next week? Can you please get Alex back next week and the week after and the week after that? Please, that's my only request I ask you in that. Please, thank you very much.
There we go, guys at home as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your questions, and we'll be back on Thursday. See you then. Take care.